Scottish farming has a history of being great innovators and improvers, and that's why we at the Scottish Farmer have been delighted to support the annual Innovation Awards at AgriScot over many years. Standing still is not an option for any business, and it is competitions like this that pump life and energy into the industry. It's never been an easy competition to judge, and I have to thank my fellow judges, Brian Sangster from the British Agricultural and Garden Machinery Association, and Alistair Kingan, the Beef Farmer of the Year in 2019. Thanks to their input, we have been able to come up with a winner from some very interesting entries that we whittled down into a short lead of 4. We've had everything from a new rat bait formulation from BASF, through to De Laval's latest robot milker, at Kverneland's modern twist to high-speed crop sowing using the MD disc system, and to the more environmentally friendly foot bath solution that was forward from Diversi. It's Diozan HH Plus solution. And so, to the winner. This product ticked a few boxes with the judging panel, not the least of which is that it is an everyday use product that fulfills 2 aims. It's effective in doing what it says on the tin, and it is also much less toxic and easier to dispose of than current methods. And so, of course, the winner is the Diozan HH Plus hoof care product. Of course, we haven't been able to get out and about much these days, so I contacted Diversi's account manager for Scotland and Cumbria, David Jackson, with the news. Hi David, it's Ken Fletcher from the Scottish Farmer here, and I'm phoning just to tell you that the product you entered for the AgriScot Innovation Award has actually won the competition. Your Diozan HH Plus product met with great approval from the judges panel, and you've won the competition. So what do you think of that?
Well, that's a bit of a surprise. It's great news for us. It's great news for Diozan. I think it is something that we've got. It's a little bit different, and glad that somebody recognises it.
Great. Now, I believe the product, and well, myself and my fellow judges have had a look through extensive information about the product. Could you just explain a wee bit more to the listening public what the Diozan HH Plus product actually does and how it works?
Yeah, I think a little bit of background is maybe important. First, lameness is a huge challenge in the dairy herd. European stats are almost 20-25% of the herd are clinically lame. Foot bathing is an accepted practice in terms of prevention for hoof problems, particularly digital dermatitis. But the current solutions have their limitations. So traditional formulations like copper sulfate is basically heavy metals, very un-environmentally friendly. Formalin would probably be widely used or the most used product. And again, there are issues there with environmental impact. It's also not particularly easy stuff to handle, and again, not very environmentally friendly. So what our take on the market is price is important because this is something that needs done on a regular basis. So it has to be cost effective, and it has to be as effective as what is already on the market. What we've done with Diozan HH Plus is come up with a viable alternative, both in terms of price, in terms of prevention, it's as effective as anything that's on the market. But the real differentiator from anything else is we now have a product that both for the user and for the animal and for the environment, we have a friendly product that we are having little or no impact in those boxes.
Excellent. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I think the judges commended it, because everybody's aware nowadays that a lot of the dairy processors and indeed the people that buy the milk from them, i.e. the supermarkets, are demanding ever-increasing green credentials for agriculture. And do you think this product kind of fits in with that ethos?
Yeah, definitely. That is, it's a major part of our thinking as to how we came to market with it. Again, it's former products that we've had, things like quater-ammonium compounds, were taken off the dairy industry. So the chemistry that we can choose from is becoming increasingly limited. This formulation, as I say, we have something which is stable in solution. So that helps us with transport, farm storage, and then how it's actually used on an everyday basis by personnel. As I say, if you take something like formalin, strictly speaking, you shouldn't be using it indoors because it's carcinogenic. There's a really strong odour of it. So for farm staff, having something that doesn't have that stench, doesn't have that effect, is quite a big benefit.
Yeah, great. So the product's been on the market for a few months now. What's the kind of uptake, and has it been? Is it quite a big seller in Scotland, for instance?
Yeah, we're beginning to get legs now. Like any new product, it's something that's a bit different. Work that we have done. You've seen the information video, and people are beginning to get a hold of that, and we're getting inquiries directly from it. We have a reasonable uptake, probably beyond our initial expectations. Always with farmers, there's a discussion about price point, and where we are with it is when we've got it in solution, it is as cheap to use as formalin. So that is giving us an edge to actually get people on board.
Well, like, I know most farmers like you, and price is a big consideration for them.
Yeah.
But like everybody else in the industry, we've all been missing the show circuit this year. And agribusiness is really the winter business event. What does AgriScot mean to you as a company?
Yeah, AgriScot has been very good to us as a company. It's an event that I enjoy personally. As a company, we make quite a good effort in terms of our presence in the stands and representing our own brand. And for me, because it's quite a compact site, that you see a lot of people, and for me, it's the people that I want to see. It's still predominantly, particularly dairy farmers. There's a lot of footfall on the day, and at that time in the winter, for me, when I sit with my bosses, it's like 100 clients coming to see me in one day, rather than me having to drive and see 100 clients over a 20 or 30 day period. I think it's a time of year that people in the farming community need it. That, short days, wet and miserable days. So it's quite nice to have the show and see everybody. And as I say, it's always been a good business show that we've actually managed to trade at the show rather than just flying the flag. We're actually doing trade, and that is fantastic for us.
Well, I mean, I think that's one of the strong points of AgriScot, is the fact that it brings businesses together, whether it be business to farmer or farmer to business. It's still one of the great points of the calendar for every farmer in Scotland. And so I'd just like to thank you again for your interest in joining the innovations competition at AgriScot. And we're delighted to say that you won it. And I'm sure that you'll be able to put your £1,000 worth of free advertising in the Scottish Farmer, which is your prize, to good use. And I hope you have great success with the product in the future. Thanks, David, for that. Now we can take a wee look at what this product does and how it works.
Farms and farmers are more committed than ever to protecting the welfare of their animals. Increasingly, they're looking to more sustainable solutions to help support them. Lameness continues to be one of the biggest challenges to animal welfare. The European Commission estimates that 20 to 25% of the total dairy herd could be lame at any one point, with no reduction of prevalence in the last 20 years. Lameness can result in pain and discomfort for the animal, reduced fertility, disturbed resting and feeding patterns. This can ultimately all lead to reduced milk yield and output. The majority of cases involving lameness are due to disease of the hoof. Disease infection starts when the animal's defenses are challenged. Urine weakens the keratin in the hoof and allows bacteria to enter. Keratin is a water-soluble protein that provides structure and strength to the hoof through interconnected sulfur bridges known as S bridges. The greater the number of S bridges, the greater the strength of the hoof. Ammonia acts as a reducing agent, breaking down the S bridges, weakening the structure, and allowing bacteria to ingress, leading to infection. The industry's response to support prevention has been walk-through foot baths, designed to limit bacteria ingress and harden hooves. Most foot baths on farms today employ the use of either a formalin or copper sulfate solution, highly acidic compounds which rebuild the S bridges and reverse the degradation process. But with a farm's success ever more linked to its environmental footprint, is this solution the most sustainable for your farm? Heavy metal compounds such as copper sulfate are well known to be damaging to the environment. They are not water-soluble, and therefore the residue left behind must be removed. Formalin also acts as a nerve agent, masking the effects of lameness, meaning an untreated cow will show no visible symptoms. Formalin also struggles with heavy soiling, further reducing its effectiveness. There is a better way to boost hoof hardness and promote animal welfare. HH Plus from Diosan is a brand new type of lameness treatment for cattle that is proven to prevent hoof degradation using safer and more cost-effective methods than the competition. Based on acidified copper nitrate, the treatment supports the reversal of the hoof degradation process, but being completely water-soluble reduces its environmental impact significantly. The solution directly improves the strength and structure of the hoof, meaning that the cow is no longer tricked into thinking she's not lame. And through extensive trials on thousands of cows in European markets, Diosan HH Plus has been proven to survive the rigors of everyday use, remaining effective even under heavy soiling. Diosan HH Plus is a powerful, effective solution that places the welfare of the animal at the heart of your lameness treatment, resulting in a strong defense against hoof infection, leading to a happier herd and ultimately a better quality end product. Contact your Diosan representative for more information.
So, from that short clip, you can see just how important hoof care is to modern dairy systems and why this was a worthy winner of AgriScot's Innovation Awards.